Welcome to Game 2 of the semifinals of the Carmel Sectional. It's the Noblesville Millers and the Westfield Shamrocks. And our pregame show brought to you by Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Howard Kelman with Dave Nicholson. And this is an intriguing matchup.
It is intriguing, although Westfield beat Noblesville pretty well on January the 2nd, 58-42. But they both play in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference. They know each other very well. They're neighbors. The two corporations, of course, back up against each other. And the only thing you want to watch, this is the first game that Noblesville has played in this sectional. As we saw earlier, it sometimes takes a quarter or two to get adjusted to it, let the nerves settle down. And the other thing, if Westfield shoots the three-pointers like they did in the opening to this sectional, Noblesville's got a problem, because Westfield went 13 out of 22, 59% from the three line Tuesday night. Should be a good ball game.
We'll look forward to your comments throughout the game, and we'll have more pregame info. This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. Our scene setter brought to you by Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and Dave Nicholson. The key players will start with Noblesville.
Okay, for the 11 and 10 Millers coming in tonight, two key players. First of all, number 12, E.J. Smith. He's a 6'1 junior. He averages 11 points a game, and many people feel like he must have a good ball game for the Millers to be successful. And at forward, number 20, Noah Harris. He's a 6'6 senior. He averages 11 points a ball game. Keys to the game for Noblesville, I mentioned that in the opening, defend the threes. Westfield shoots a ton of threes, and they can hit a ton of threes. Get good looks. Noblesville must be selective in the shots they take. And Noblesville must find Smith and Hafner. That's the two guards for Westfield. They are the big-time scorers. Let's look at the starters for the Noblesville Millers. At guard, number 12, E.J. Smith. He's a 6'1 junior. At guard, number 22, Luke Almodovar. He's a 6'3 sophomore. At guard, number 3, Josh Durham, a 6'3 senior. At one forward, number 24, Preston Roberts, a 6'4 sophomore. And at forward, number 20, Noah Harris, a 6'6 senior. Now let's take a look at the Westfield Shamrocks. Outstanding record, 17 wins, only 4 losses. Key players for them, the two guards. Number 1, Braden Smith. He's a 6'1 junior, 21 points a game during the season. His running mate, number 22, Cam Hafner, a 6'2, 12 points a game. He's a 6'2 junior. Now, Cam's the one that hit 6 out of 7 from the three-point line in the opening game on Tuesday night. Keys to the game for Westfield: transition defense. Noblesville likes to get out and go with it, namely E.J. Smith. They must get back on defense. Avoid excessive fouls. The depth at Westfield is somewhat of a question, and they must check on the boards, as they do not have a tall ball club, the tallest player being Cam Hafner at 6'2" tall. Starters for Westfield tonight: number 1 at guard, Braden Smith, a 6'1 junior. Number 3 at guard, Benji Welch, a 6'1 senior. Third guard in the lineup, number 22, Cam Hafner, a 6'2 junior. At forward, number 20, Matt Penley, a 6'1 senior. And at forward, number 23, Nick Di Pasquale, a 6'1 junior.
Thank you, Dave. And our pregame show, our scene setter, brought to you by Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Noblesville and Westfield next on the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. Tonight's first quarter is brought to you by Valparaiso University. At Valparaiso University, your full potential receives their total commitment. And we are ready to go. The opening tip, Noah Harris at 6'6", and Matt Penley at 6'1", jump it up. And the visiting Millers control the tip. How about this Westfield defense?
Westfield's man-to-man. They're helping off a lot. They're giving the outside shot rather than let Harris get it down inside. That is Harris, by the way.
No basket. No basket.
Fouled on the way to the basket.
Almodovar missed a 3, and they got the offensive board.
Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling replay. First one of the game. Nice split of the defense by Noah Harris, and he picks up the personal foul on Di Pasquale.
Non-shooting foul. It is Noblesville ball. The Millers drew a first-round bye. Carmel won the earlier game. Carmel meets the winner of this game for the sectional championship tomorrow night, to be seen right here on WHMB TV 40. Here's Smith.
Westfield's really helping off their man. That means the backside guys got to rotate over.
Good job by Noah Harris. Powerful move to the hoop, the 6'6" senior. And those are the first 2 points of the game. We've played almost a minute on the Indiana Members Credit Union scoreboard.
Harris can go inside, outside. He can hit the outside shot, and you just saw what he can do when he gets down to the rim.
How about the Noblesville defense, Dave?
They're man-to-man. Both teams playing man-to-man, just straight up.
Hafner, no. And the rebound taken down by Almodovar. Here's Smith, dishing off. Dave Nicholson, the head coach at Noblesville High School for 16 years, a long three. Good offensive board by Josh Durham. Another three, and that one by E.J. Smith.
Well, he missed one and hit one that trip. E.J. Smith hits 35% of those. He's taken 94 of them so far this year.
I mentioned you were the head coach at Noblesville for 16 years. It's hard to believe, but you haven't coached there in 30 years now.
Wow. Making me feel old, Howard.
No, you're not old.
Yeah. We came over to this gym 16 times in a row to play the sectional when I was coaching.
Welch, Benji Welch with an air ball. He was on the end line when he saved it out of bounds. And Andy Morkia, there's a fresh lineup. The Telluride, the K5 has replaced the Optima. Coming soon, well, actually it's there now, the redesigned Sorrento. Andy Morkia and Avon, Joe Capitan, and Jess and Lorraine, and that great crew. Joe's done a great job, been general manager several years now. And Andy Morkia, they're number one.
Miller's being aggressive offensively and passing the ball very well.
Preston Roberts, no. Rebound taken down by Braden Smith. Off the dribble, he's fouled in the act of shooting a three, and he'll get 3 free throws.
Braden Smith, and of course, we know he's an excellent shooter. Here's a replay. Summers Plumbing, Heating, Cooling brings it to you. Nice little crossover dribble there by Smith to free himself up, and he draws the foul. That foul was on Josh Durham.
It may be cold outside, but it's warm and friendly inside Grindstone of the Monon. Enjoy the great food, craft beers, unique wines, and artesian cocktails. Make Grindstone on the Monon your destination location. Hoosier Village in Zionsville, the premier retirement community in central Indiana, supporting all levels of care, and now opening 80 new independent and assisted living apartments this week. Learn more about everything Hoosier Village has to offer. Visit HoosierVillage.com.
Braden Smith was fouled shooting that three-pointer. He hits all 3 free throws.
Wow.
To bring his ball club back to within 2.
86% free throw shooter, and he showed it. Smith.
Noblesville's doing a nice job of the dribble penetration, then kicking it back out.
Noah Harris missed the jumper, and Cam Hafner got the rebound. Well, you can't overemphasize blocking out and how important that is in rebounding, and Hafner showed it there. There's Braden Smith, and he can shoot, and he hits that one. That's a 3.
And he was well defended. Not much you could do there. They had a hand in his face, but it was a better offense than it was defense on that play.
A great player, and he's just a junior, averaging over 21 points per game. Stay right here, whistle and a foul. Andy Moore, Avon Nissan on US 36, the #1 Nissan dealership in the greater Indianapolis area. Pat Hurst, Aaron Richardson, and Mike and Nick and the great crew, Andy Moore, Avon Nissan. What a dealership. That's where I got my Maxima, drove it out here tonight. Andy Moore, Avon Nissan, great selection of vehicles. Smith, all the way, scoops, no, rebound, Di Pasquale with authority.
Well, Di Pasquale, as we saw the other night, he's only 6'1", but he is a beast inside. Very physical. He's not afraid of anything. And on the offensive end, he'll take it to the basket often.
He shoots a long three, no, and a good rebound there by Josh Durham, soaring for the basketball. Nice pace at this game.
If you watch Noblesville, they're doing a lot of dribble penetration, getting in the lane just like that.
That's an offensive foul on Luke Almodovar. We're heading into air conditioning tune-up season. Have you scheduled your tune-up appointment? Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has a spring tune-up for $69 a special. Visit summersphc.com. Learn more about Summers specials and be guaranteed your family will stay cool this summer.
Noblesville is trying to stay out and guard the three-point shooters. That should open up some backdoor cuts and the opportunities to drive to the basket. And they have to guard the three-point shooters because we said many times Westfield loves to shoot the three.
On the Indiana Members Credit Union scoreboard, Westfield ahead 6-5. We played more than half of the first quarter. Di Pasquale turned it over there. Here comes Almodovar. Cross-court pass. Josh Durham into the lane. And he was called for traveling.
Yep, scooted his pivot footed a little bit. But there again, Noblesville's dead set on getting that ball in the paint, and they're doing a nice job of driving to the lane.
Braden Smith will move it across. .320 left in the quarter.
The thing about Westfield, they do not have a true post-up player.
Oh, the open man.
Nice backdoor cut. I thought Di Pasquale should have shot that ball.
Here's a whistle, and we will tell you this quarter is brought to you by Valparaiso University. Your full potential receives their total commitment, with Westfield leading by 1. This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. This first quarter brought to you by Valparaiso University. Your full potential receives their total commitment. Hafner hits. It's a three for Cam Hafner, and he is a terrific player and just a junior also.
Well, as we saw the other night, Cam Hafner can score in bunches. He was 6 out of 7 from the three line. Nice steal by Smith to the basket.
Smith with a steal, and he puts it in. And Cam Hafner's father, Scott, played for you.
Outstanding player, led the undefeated team in 1984. We went undefeated, went on to play at Evansville University, and then played a couple of years in the NBA. So yes, an outstanding player. Here's Summers Plumbing and Heating, Cooling on that last shot. Smith anticipates well, goes in, easy walk-in layup by Braden Smith.
Urban Air Adventure Park open in Noblesville. Let the kids fly through the park on their Skyrider, take on their climbing walls, or reach new heights on their trampolines. Urban Air, more than a trampoline park, the ultimate indoor playground for your whole family. Go to urbanairnoblesville.com, reserve your spot. Urban Air, let them fly. At Valparaiso University, your full potential receives their total commitment. Visit valpo.edu to apply or learn more and put your future into motion.
Well, the Millers may have to find a way to pass the ball into the post, and namely to Noah Harris. He's pretty effective down low. So far, they've been intent on driving it, but they're getting in position, but they haven't been able to make the shots. In the ball game for the Millers is number 5, Aaron Fine. He's a 6'2" freshman, has played a lot of varsity minutes.
And here comes Smith to Hafner. That's a great combination, those two guys. Smith for 3, no. And the rebound taken down by Aaron Fine.
There's Noah.
Free man underneath. Noah Harris.
That's where they got to go with the ball, and that'll make the defense sag even more, and then they'll have some good looks from the perimeter.
Here's Hafner. And a whistle and a foul underneath. And we'll thank Jets Pizza in Carmel for providing our crew with fantastic pizzas prior to game 1. For the best deep dish and hand-tossed pizzas, complete with flavored crust, call Jets Pizza, jetspizza.com.
That foul was on Noah Harris for the Millers, his first foul. Noblesville's being aggressive out to the ball, and they have to. And that's what happens when you overplay.
It counts in a foul.
That was created hard by overplaying. Smith has been hitting well outside. They watch this replay sponsored by Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. And he'd already made the backdoor cut there. But they were playing Smith so tight that all he had to do was head fake and cut the baseline and had a layup.
Now Braden Smith for the three-point play. Trust Westfield Tire and Muffler to repair your vehicle. Their certified auto service repair technicians have years of experience with everything your vehicle might need, from oil changes to a complete engine overhaul. Find Westfield Tire and Muffler at 199 Maple Street in Westfield, or on social media, or at westfieldtire.com.
The Millers have been behind before in games and come back, and they've got to get that started here, because on the Indiana Members Credit Union scoreboard, Westfield's got the score doubled up 14-7.
That turnover forced by Braden Smith. He knocked the pass away.
That's 3 steals that the Westfield Shamrocks have made in this first period.
Smith, the open man. Now Smith, tough angle shot. No, he follows his own shot. Dishes off inside, and a terrific defensive play by Noah Harris.
Good job of pulling it back. When Smith shot that first time, the Millers simply did not get a body on him. He had a walk-in offensive rebound.
Working it down low, spinning and twisting, and Matt Penley scores. Under a minute left in the quarter. Noblesville ball, trailing by 9. Westfield looks really good.
I think the Millers may have to hit a perimeter shot.
There's a long one. Well, looked like a pass, but he was attempting a shot. And a steal. Look at Braden Smith. He did it again, and he lays it in. It's been a great first quarter for the Rocks.
That's twice that Braden Smith had great anticipation, shot the passing lane, and had a walk-in layup. And the Millers are in a little difficulty, trailing 18-7. You can't panic if you're Noblesville. They have not played in the sectional. I said this in the first game. The first time you're in the sectional game, you're a little jittery, and you have seen that from the Millers.
Well, there was a lot of contact there, but the basket is good. And that's the end of the first quarter, brought to you by Valparaiso University. Visit valpo.edu to apply or learn more and put your future into motion. Westfield leads by 9. Now let's go to Coach Izzo for the IU Basketball Minute Roundup. And we begin this second quarter. Westfield ahead 18-9. This quarter brought to you by Westfield Tire and Muffler, offering reliable vehicle repair service at affordable prices. Period number 2. Dave, your impressions of the first quarter.
Well, the thing that I mentioned in the lead-in show, the Millers needed to stay up early in the game. In other words, keep it close. They did not do that, and partly because of the interceptions by, particularly by Braden Smith, turned into offense for the Shamrocks.
And Smith was just fouled in the act of shooting a 3. Second time that's happened tonight. We're in the second quarter.
Well, he's not the guy you want to foul. 87% at the line.
Visit Andy Moore Toyota on US 36 in Avon. Minutes from 465. You talk about a great selection of vehicles. That's Andy Moore Toyota in Avon. That's where we got our forerunner, Ben Mendoza, and Chris and Stephanie. Great management crew and those salespeople, Scott and all those guys, they'll take care of your automotive needs. Andy Moore Toyota in Avon. Hoosier Village in Zionsville, the premier retirement community in central Indiana, supporting all levels of care, opening 80 new independent and assisted living apartments this week. Learn more, Hoosier Village, HoosierVillage.com.
Braden Smith knocked down both free throws, having a great start. He has 15 points out of the 21 for Westfield.
The free man, Almodovar, missed. Battle inside, coming away with it, Preston Roberts, number 24.
Nice rebounding effort by Roberts.
Noblesville's got to make a move here, Dave, because they're already down by 12 points. Wrist getting blown out. It's saved by Smith. Boy, he does everything.
There's the reason. Smith has had 3 or 4 interceptions already, including that one.
Matt Penley inside scores. And Westfield already up by 14.
John Peckinpah says we're going to take a timeout.
They'll call for timeout. And this quarter is being brought to you by Westfield Tire and Muffler. Experience repairing all makes and models of cars, truck, and vans. It's the Shamrocks by 14. This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. The second quarter brought to you by Westfield Tire and Muffler. Experience repairing all makes and models of cars, trucks, and vans. A special hello to J.R. Gaylor, Noblesville resident, Executive Director, Associated Builders and Contractors, Merritt Shop Construction. What a great job J.R. has done all those years as Executive Director. That's a three that didn't go by Roberts.
Had a wide open look as well.
Hafner follows, and he scores. This is one of the great 1-2 combinations, Dave. Braden Smith and Cam Hafner.
They have been all season long.
And a steal, and Smith lays it in.
It looks like a replay. He does that over and over and over again. Noblesville's got the pass fake, let him shoot the gap, and then cut behind him. They're throwing lazy passes, and they're just they're giving it away. You know, they're telegraphing where they're going to throw the ball before they throw it. And Westfield's laying on the passing lanes, and particularly since they have the lead 27-9, they can take chances.
Oh, rejection. Terrific defensive play by Luke Van Dyke. Smith. Oh, this is incredible. That's a three. The Westfield Shamrocks are putting on a clinic.
19 points for Braden Smith already in this ballgame.
Timeout. We'll stay here. We'll tell you that Jets Pizza is your home for great deep dish and hand-tossed pizza. This month, get a large one-topping pizza for $12.99. Call Jets at 317-815-5555. Jets Pizza at 2764 East 146th Street, jetspizza.com. We're heading into the air conditioning tune-up season. Have you scheduled your tune-up appointment? Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has a spring tune-up special for $69. Visit summersphc.com and learn more about summer specials and be guaranteed your family will stay cool this summer. Dave?
Coach Shane Sumter, he's his sixth year at Westfield, and coming in tonight, he'd won 73 games. This year, 17-4. He paid his dues. He coached the girls at Westfield for 6 years, had a lot of success on that side of the program. He was the assistant coach with Ron Hecklinski at Anderson for 6 years, so he's put in the time. But he's got the program solid. It's got one of the stronger feeder programs. We had a game there at the end of January, and the freshman team was undefeated. Junior high team had lost one. So the junior varsity had lost one. So it's not just the varsity, but Coach Sumter has the program at Westfield in very solid shape.
In this second quarter, Westfield has outscored Noblesville 12-0. And we have played 2.5 minutes of the quarter.
And now they're just putting their ears back and going after. It's kind of like in football when you're rushing the quarterback. When you've got that lead, why not? And that's what Westfield almost looked like. Hey, we're in pretty good shape. They better throw sharp passes or I'm going to get one and go lay it in.
And the winner of this game meets Carmel. Carmel defeated Hamilton Southeastern earlier tonight. Championship game tomorrow right here on WHMB TV 40. There's a very nice move to the hoop, and
Roberts.
Scoring is Preston Roberts. Very nicely done.
He's only a sophomore.
That broke the 12-0 second quarter run. DePasquale. There's Smith.
He's feeling it. Maybe a little too much that time, but he's
tried to save it.
He's got 19 points.
Wow. DePasquale tried to block out, but Noah Harris, 5 inches taller, got the rebound.
Pasquale didn't put a body on him. He left space, and you can't do that when you're shorter of the two players. You've got to get a body against him.
Hafner got the rebound. Out to Benji Welch all the way, and he scoops and scores.
Nice hesitation dribble. Saw the opening, and Benji went for it, laid it in.
Here's E.J. Smith. He's determined all right, and he draws a foul. Hafner commits the personal.
Well, E.J. Smith just kept going and going and put his body on Hafner. Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Replay. Yep, he got him. Too much body on him, Cam. Good call.
Westfield Tire and Muffler, your Westfield Goodyear dealer, offers reliable vehicle repair service at affordable prices. Westfield Tire and Muffler repairs all makes and models of cars, trucks, and vans. Find them at 199 Maple Street in Westfield on social media or find them online at westfieldtire.com.
Hafner goes to the bench because that's his second foul. I would doubt it if you see him until the second half. We've got 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Nice free throw shooting as E.J. Smith hits them both. He's 85% on the year.
That's
Very
a big
solid.
sample size, too, 76 of 89. So he can shoot those free throws.
Here comes a little press by the Millers. We'll see if they trap out of it. It's kind of a 1-2-2.
They pushed it up court. Luke Noss missed the jumper. He was free from the corner. Good ball movement by the Millers. Inside the lane, Noah Harris. There for a while, and that'll count in a foul for Roberts again.
Great pass there by Noah Harris. He gave it up to Roberts. Summers Plumbing, Heating and Cooling bringing these replays. There's Roberts down along the base. He squared up like you're supposed to. Shoulders facing the backboard. Powered it up, put it in. Nice pass there from Harris.
Indiana Members Credit Union, a local full-service financial institution and a proud sponsor of WHMB TV 40 Sports. Special hello to Ron Collier, CEO of Indiana Members Credit Union. Former high school official, football official.
You know, last time.
Oh, that's a turnover.
Missed the
no, it's knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, it was tipped. But the last time, Westfield broke the press, but they shot quickly. Sometimes the press does not have to steal the ball, but it hurries the other team in taking a quick shot, and it's been effective. You get the ball back. So you don't have to necessarily steal the ball if you can get the other team to take a quick shot before they really should.
Here's Penley. DePasquale.
We haven't seen a man there, Pasquale. He usually puts his head down and goes in there and seek contact. He hasn't done that yet.
He might do it right now.
He's looking for an opening for sure.
He got bottled up.
I love the way he plays.
Hafner, no. Battle for the board. And Luke Noss came away with it. Here's a whistle.
Illegal screen, I believe. Or could be a technical foul.
Against the Noblesville bench.
That would be Coach Peckinball. So no matter who on the bench gets the foul, the coach is the one that has to accept it. There's a look at John Peckinball. He's in his second year there at Noblesville, trying to get the program going a little bit.
Smith shooting there. Andy Moore, Avon Nissan on US 36. That's where I got my Maxima. You talk about a great dealership. Good selection of vehicles. Pat Hurst, Aaron Richardson, Mike and Nick and the great crew at Andy Moore, Avon Nissan, the #1 Nissan dealership in the greater Indianapolis area.
John Peckinpah was coached at the collegiate level until he came to Noblesville last year. And his assistant over there on the bench is his high school coach, Matt Fine. He coached John Peckinpah at Muncie Central High School.
Here's DePasquale.
Noblesville's filling that lane up pretty good, not giving too much driving room.
Well, that's a good defensive play.
It's good hustle by E.J. Smith. He came down and doubled up, knocked the ball free, and it was last touched by Westfield.
Call 317-984-5682. Perky's Heating and Cooling in Cicero for all your heating and cooling needs. They have many loyal customers. They give them rave reviews. Perky's Heating and Cooling. Call John or Cindy, 317-984-5682 for an appointment. Perky's prides itself on excellent service. There's wait a minute, no basket. Whistle prior to the shot.
That was a foul away from the play.
It's on Josh Durham. It's his second personal, 8th team foul. And Nick DePasquale will inbound.
Durham was battling for position under the boards and got a little over-aggressive. There's that 1-2-1-1. Almost got the steal.
Almost. And here's a whistle and a foul, and a special hello to Matt Tyner and the great people at Williams Comfort Air. That's where we get all our heating, air conditioning, and our plumbing from Mr. Plumber at Williams Comfort Air. Keith Passon, general manager of WHMB TV 40, uses Williams Comfort Air and also is very happy with what they've done at his home.
That foul was on Luke Almodovar, his second personal foul. So Noblesville has three people with 2 fouls each, Smith, Almodovar, and Durham.
Smith makes the free throw. 2:25 left in the first half, and Westfield by 18. Westfield led by 21 a few minutes ago. Westfield led 18-9 at the quarter and scored 12 straight points to start period 2. And a timeout is called this second quarter, brought to you by Westfield Tire and Muffler. Experience repairing all makes and models of cars, trucks, and vans. Westfield leads by 19. This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. This second quarter brought to you by Westfield Tire and Muffler. Experience repairing all makes and models of cars, trucks, and vans. Well, Westfield ahead by 19. Led by 9 at the quarter. Led by as many as 21 early in the second quarter. But they came out and they have looked great.
Tell you who's doing a great job for Westfield.
Aaron Fine hits a 3.
The freshman, he's a good 3-point shooter.
Yeah, 16 of 31 now, over 50%. You were mentioning who's doing a good job for Westfield.
D. Pasquale. We've seen it time and again. He has to guard the biggest player on the opposing team. He's matched up with Noah Harris. But he positions and moves so well and stays in good defensive position between the man and the basket, and then he plays halfway around, denies. Braden Smith knocks down another 3.
Yes, he does. On the Indiana Members Credit Union scoreboard, Westfield 38, Noblesville 19. Here's Noah Harris. Off balance one-hander by E.J. Smith didn't go.
Strong rebound there by Di Pasquale.
And Braden Smith in no hurry. It's possible they could play for the last shot of the quarter. We have a minute left. They're up by 19.
Maybe opening up to see if they can get the drive to the basket.
Let's see what they do. Here's Di Pasquale.
They're in great shape if they want to hold the ball. They've got a 19-point lead. They've doubled up the score. 38-19 on the Indiana Members Credit Union scoreboard.
Smith really pushed off there after he lost the ball and got it back. They didn't call it.
It's E.J. Smith that's trying to put the pressure on Smith.
And by this point, they probably will play for the last shot of the quarter with 24 seconds left. We want to tell you at Valparaiso University, your full potential receives their total commitment. Visit valpo.edu to apply or learn more and put your future into motion. Valparaiso University. 8 seconds.
Time to go.
Di Pasquale, a better shot there. No. Didn't go by Trey Dorton. And that's the end of the first half. This second quarter has been brought to you by Westfield Tire and Muffler. Find them online at westfieldtire.com. At the half. Wait a minute. There's a foul called, but I guess a non-shooting foul. So Westfield leads by 19. Now let's go to Coach Iso for this week's top 5 boys teams in Central Indiana.
This halftime tonight's brought to you by Urban Air Adventure Park in Noblesville, Indiana. Let the kids fly. Go to urbanairnoblesville.com to reserve your spot today. On the Indiana Members Credit Union scoreboard, Shamrocks of Westfield 38, the Millers of Noblesville 19. Let's take a look at some of the offensive game. Nice pass down inside to Noah Harris for an easy lay-in. That pass was by Durham. Roberts kicks it out to the freshman Fine, and he hits 3. And this looks like a repeat. The Braden Smith show on the steal and the easy walk-in layup. And here he comes again. Anticipation. Same move, different shot. That time he goes over the front, almost dunked the ball. And then he steps outside and hits a 3. I had him for 25 points in the first half for the Shamrocks, and an excellent half for Braden Smith. Tonight's halftime is brought to you by Urban Air Adventure Park in Noblesville, Indiana. Let the kids fly. Go to urbanairnoblesville.com to reserve your spot today. With 38-19, Noblesville has a tremendous hole to dig out of, and they'll have to do it one shot at a time. It's been done, but it'll be a very difficult task. We'll be back with the action in just a moment.
Tonight's third quarter brought to you by Hoosier Village in Zionsville, the premier retirement community in central Indiana. Dave Nicholson, your impressions of the first half.
Well, the Millers came out a little bit hesitant, a little bit shaky, and Westfield jumped all over them. And there for about 5 minutes, the Millers looked like a deer in the headlights look. They came back and fought in the second half, I thought, started look. They got to find a way to score, and the way Westfield's playing defense, that might be a tall task.
What do you think John Peckinpah said to his team at halftime?
Well, at that point, you don't talk about the score as much. Say, okay, here's what we're going to do when we get the ball offensively, and just try to get something positive out of each possession.
Smith missed a long 3, Penley rebound, and Hefner tried to slam it through, but he banked it off the board. Nice dish off there, and it counts in a foul for Noah Harris.
Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling replay. Nice crossover move. Smith drops it down to Harris. Nice assist by Smith. Noah Harris is a 72% free throw shooter. Hasn't been at the line tonight.
Short. And Braden Smith grabs the rebound, and let's see, he may go end to end if he wants to. Finds the open man. Here's Di Pasquale. He loves to go to the hoop, but they've denied him that so far.
Noblesville's really sagging, not his man, but the ones away from the ball really sagging up the lane.
And Braden Smith with a very nice move. We mentioned earlier Braden Smith and Cam Hafner, 2 terrific players, and they're both juniors for the Shamrocks.
Well, the Shamrocks have got to find a way. They're not going to shut Smith down, but they got to slow him down. And then you would expect Hafner to step up and fill that void.
Cam Simons was the quarterback on the football team a year ago, starting quarterback, and also on the basketball team. And he is now at Sanford. And I communicated with his father, Larry. And Cam's doing well down there, and they're playing football now. They delayed their season to the late winter and spring.
Noblesville trying to press a little, but Westfield's well organized against it. And if you have people in the right spots against a press, it's pretty easy to break them.
That's Matt Penley, no.
Nice pass.
Got a man out there, Noah Harris, and he jams it through. Hangs on the rim for a little while.
You know, if this game hadn't been so one-sided, I think they would have teed him on that. But they said, hey, it's 23-40. We're not going to add a technical on that, because he did hang on that. You're allowed to hang on it if there's someone under you. But clearly there was no one under Noah on that one.
Westfield by 17. Di Pasquale thought about it, and then he said, this is a little too far. Smith, blocked. One thing, you know, we talked about Braden Smith's greatness as a player. Another thing he does, he reacts very well to what happens. If a shot is blocked or a shot is missed, he's always right there afterward.
Well, he understands the game. He's a student of the game, you can tell. He has a high basketball IQ, and that's what you're talking about. He anticipates well. He knows where the next pass is going to go. He knows where the rebound's going to come off. All those little things.
And all of that on top of being an extremely talented player and a great shooter. Andy Morkia, a fresh lineup. The Telluride, the K5 has replaced the Optima and the redesigned Sorrento. Andy Morkia in Avon. Joe Capitan, great GM over there. And Jesse and his crew, Joe's sons Bryce and Blake, are football players, ages 11 and 9. Here's a whistle as E.J. Smith makes a move. We'll tell you that Indiana Members Credit Union is a local full-service financial institution and a proud sponsor of WHMB TV 40 Sports. And Indiana Members Credit Union is our scoreboard sponsor.
Second foul on Braden Smith.
Oh, that's a long one from downtown.
Almodovar.
Luke Almodovar, the sophomore.
He takes a ton of threes. Coming into the night, he had taken 104 three-point shots, and he hits 34% of them.
That ball turned over. Hoosier Village in Zionsville, the premier retirement community in central Indiana, supporting all levels of care. Hoosier Village opened 80 new independent and assisted living apartments this week. HoosierVillage.com. Learn everything that Hoosier Village has to offer. 3 minutes into.
If that goes in, there's going to be
it did.
Going to be a timeout, in my opinion.
Almodovar did it again. They've cut the lead to 11. They trailed by 21 in the first half. Whoop! There's Braden Smith. He draws a foul. I think he's okay. He is.
He's fine. He turned and protected his fall with his body. Here's Summers Plumbing, Heating, Cooling replay. Hard take to the basket by Smith. And you saw the contact clearly coming into that. And that was David Lloyd, a 6'4" junior in the ball game that picked up that personal foul.
At Valparaiso University, your full potential receives their total commitment. Visit valpo.edu to apply or learn more and put your future into motion. Valparaiso University.
Braden Smith hits 1 out of the 2 free throws. They've only scored 3 points, Westfield, in this quarter, all 3 by Smith.
They were up 38-19 at the half. That's blocked, knocked away. Recovered, though. Here's Noah Harris. Oh, look at Smith hustling to knock the ball out of bounds.
That's the point you were making a minute ago. He knows where the pass is going to go, maybe before the guy that even makes a pass. He anticipates so well. He reads what's going on the court, and he's a complete player, not just a shooter.
And he's got it. David Lloyd, a 6'4" junior, hits a 3.
Lloyd came in at the break. He's a 33% three-point shooter.
Hafner, he can shoot. That lead was cut to 9. It's back to 11. At one point, it was 21. Well, so really, give the Millers credit for fighting back.
The Shamrocks needed that basket by Hafner.
Wow, a long 3 by E.J. Smith. And the lead is down to 8. Hafner, end-to-end, spinning. Out to Smith, who is in no great hurt. Smith to the hoop, dishing off. A whistle, a blocking foul prior to the shot.
They'll wave that off. They're going to call David Lloyd for the block, but Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling are going to see the drive by Smith. That was a close call.
They're not kidding.
That could have been called a charge, and I think Westfield would rather they hadn't made any call because Smith passed the ball and his teammate laid it in the basket. Of course, they waved it off when they called the
Hafner off the dribble. He can shoot.
I said earlier, if they shut Smith down, Hafner has the ability to pick it up, and it looks like he's going to do that.
Here's Noah Harris spinning, twisting, and scoring. Very nicely done.
All of a sudden, Noblesville has all kinds of confidence. A few of their shots are going down, and they're picking up on the defensive end. It's amazing what 1 or 2 baskets will do for your confidence.
Here's Di Pasquale. Over to Welch. They'll slow it down. 2:50 to go, third quarter. Here's Smith. Look for him to make a move. And they got 2 men on him. Hafner. He did it again. Yes, sir. And the lead back up to 11. So Hafner's hit 3 field goals. At the other end, Almodovar hits. And I mean, Noblesville's hot. The lead is 8.
They've hit 5 threes here in the third period. Noblesville fighting right back in the ball game. Looked like they were down and out at halftime, 38-19. And I think that's a good timeout for Coach Sumner to kind of stop the bleeding a little bit.
We're going to take a break. The third quarter brought to you by Hoosier Village, supporting all levels of care. Westfield by 8 on the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. Back to third quarter action brought to you by Hoosier Village. 80 new independent and assisted living apartments open this week.
Well, the Millers started making a few shots, and they're an entirely different ball club. They're more intense on defense, just working really hard. And when you have 3 threes in this quarter,
Smith counting a foul for Braden Smith off a terrific play with Hafner.
Hafner is a great passer, I think. Summers, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Was that Hafner or was that Di Pasquale that threw that ball?
Hafner.
Okay.
And Andy Moore Volkswagen, 0% financing for 72 months on most 2021 models. Say hello to new GM Mike Tellison. What a great job he's done this past year. That's Andy Moore Volkswagen in Avon. Tyler and the crew, they're good people. 3-point play.
Smith and Hafner have been the only 2 players to score for Westfield here in the third.
Now the lead back up to 11. They've cut it to 8. It was as high as 21.
Noah Harrison, that's a bad cross-court pass, bad mistake.
Di Pasquale leading Smith, who still saves it and gets it over.
Had to walk
to Terry Dorton, number 12.
Tightrope there along the baseline. Smith's a good athlete.
He does everything. Di Pasquale thought about it, thought maybe that's a little too deep. Not for Smith, though. Braden Smith drains a 3. 1:10 left in the third quarter.
And the lead suddenly is back to 14.
This man is determined, and he's fouled. Effort by E.J. Smith. He'll go to the line.
Summers, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling bringing you the replay again. Smith puts his head down, goes, and he was fouled about 3 times going through that. They finally settled on Matt Penley getting the call. That's his second personal.
Trust Westfield Tire and Muffler to repair your vehicle. Their certified auto service repair technicians have years of experience with everything your vehicle might need, from oil changes to a complete engine overhaul. Westfield Tire and Muffler, 199 Maple Street in Westfield, on social media and westfieldtire.com. We're heading into the air conditioning season. If you scheduled your tune-up appointment, Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has a spring tune-up special for $69. Visit summersphc.com and learn more about summer specials and be guaranteed your family will stay cool this summer. Hafner, long one. No. Can't hit everyone. There's, speaking of long shots, there's one.
Almodovar.
And Almodovar hit it again.
That's his 4th 3 here in the third period for the sophomore. 12 points, all but 3-point fashion here in the third period.
Here's a whistle and a foul. The lead down to 9 again. Andy Moore Toyota on US 36 in Avon. Minutes from Avon High School, close to 465. You talk about a great selection of vehicles, you're talking about Andy Moore Toyota. That's where we bought our 4Runner. The great management team, Ben Mendoza, Chris, and Stephanie, and they'll take care of your needs. Andy Moore Toyota in Avon.
Looking for the last opportunity here with about 25 seconds to go in the third period.
And they're going to play for the last shot, up by 9.
Might be a good idea to give it to number 1 there and get out of his way.
He's got to make a move now. You're down to 7 seconds at midcourt.
He's going to put it up.
Smith off the dribble. No. And that would have counted had it gone. That's the end of the third quarter. Third quarter brought to you by Hoosier Village. Learn more about everything Hoosier Village has to offer. Visit HoosierVillage.com. At the end of 3, Westfield 54, Noblesville 45. This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. And welcome back to Carmel High School, the semifinals of the sectional. Dave, a great third quarter for Noblesville.
Outstanding third quarter. Almodovar makes 4 3-pointers for 12 points in that period. Noah Harris added 6, and E.J. Smith added 5. So a lot of balance. Still the same 2 guys scoring for Westfield, Smith and Hafner.
Hafner missed that 3. Noblesville trailed by 18 at the half and trails by 9 at the end of the third quarter. Now we're early in the fourth quarter. Smith had an opening, and he lays it in. And this is the closest they've been since the early going. They've cut it to 7.
Little Euro step there by A.J. Smith and his finger roll.
There's Braden Smith off the Pasquale's hands and out of bounds.
He took his eyes off the ball.
Yep, he was thinking about going to the hoop. Call 317-984-5682. Perky's Heating and Cooling in Cicero for all your heating and cooling needs. John or Cindy, they have many loyal customers giving Perky's rave reviews. 317-984-5682. Perky's prides itself on excellent service.
Noblesville had to take a timeout. They were about to get the 5-second call, and Coach Peckinpah took the timeout. And they've got a brand new ball game going.
John and Cindy at Perky's, good friends of yours.
Outstanding people and outstanding supporters of Indiana high school sports. I've known them a long time.
Thanks to Jets Pizza in Carmel for providing our crew with fantastic pizzas. For the best deep dish and hand-tossed pizzas, complete with flavored crust. Call Jets Pizza, 815-5555 for pickup or delivery, or go to jetspizza.com. So we have 7:11 to go, and you got to give Noblesville a lot of credit. They were trailing by 21 points at 30-9 early in the second quarter. They've cut that deficit to 7. They got a shot.
Well, they got a real shot. At halftime, 38-19. You got the school doubled up on you, and they came out of the locker room, made a couple of baskets, and I commented at the time, what a difference it makes in your approach defensively if you knock down a couple shots on the offensive end. Your whole enthusiasm, your energy picks up. And I felt like that Westfield is showing a little bit of chinks in the armor. You know, they've gotten a little bit shaky, turned the ball over. They didn't do that in the first half. They only turned it over 9 times on the average for the season per game, and that's outstanding. But
Noah Harris, didn't go.
Nice move, didn't drop.
Did Westfield get a little content, Dave, when they went up by 21?
I think they did, and then when Noblesville made a pretty good run, all of a sudden they look up and say, hey, they're back in the ballgame.
Hafner. Because Westfield played a great first half. Here's Smith. Hafner, good look. He's got it. It's a 3 for Cam Hafner.
When he squares up, gets his feet under him, he's an excellent shooter. If he's shooting off the move or he doesn't quite get his feet set, different
Look
story.
at this at the other end. Aaron Fine, the freshman, gets it right back. Hafner and Smith, both great shooters. Smith over to Benji Welch. You know, in other games we've had Westfield, Dave DePasquale has been a force offensively. He hasn't been tonight at all.
Well, they've taken the drive. His game is driving to the basket. He's a very physical guy right there with the ball. He hasn't found room or crease he feels comfortable in attacking yet.
Westfield just in no hurry here. Here's Braden Smith. He got the step.
There's
DePasquale for 3. No. And a good rebound by E.J. Smith as he soars and pulls it down end to end. And he was fouled.
Nice take there by E.J. Smith all the way to the ring. Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling goes short to you again. Smith all the way down, Euro step. Yep, he got a shoulder on him. They called that, of course, against Braden Smith. That's number 3 on Braden.
Andy Moore, Avon Nissan on US 36, the #1 Nissan dealership in the greater Indianapolis area. That's where I got my Maxima, drove it here tonight. Great selection of vehicles, and Pat Hurst and Aaron Richardson and Mike and Nick and that crew will take great care of your automotive needs. Will Whitley, the new service manager, too, doing an excellent job. Andy Moore, Avon Nissan.
E.J. Smith knocks them both down. And we've got a 5-point game, Howard.
Whoa, that's a dangerous pass. It was deflected and knocked out of bounds by David Lloyd.
Mm-hmm. Good hustle. He probably saved a layup.
This is amazing. A 21-point deficit has been cut to 5. Penley got a step. Contact, no whistle though, and he got the basket. Do you think a foul should have been called?
I thought there was enough there to make the call. Now, where it's a charge or block, I wouldn't say, but I thought there was enough contact there for a whistle.
Timeout, we'll take it with them. Westfield leads by 7 on the Indiana Members Credit Union scoreboard. This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. And Westfield leads by 7. We'll tell you that Hoosier Village in Zionsville is the premier retirement community in central Indiana, supporting all levels of care. Hoosier Village, a nonprofit, opened 80 new independent and assisted living apartments this week. Learn more about Hoosier Village. Visit HoosierVillage.com. Well, there's a long 3, and he's shot it. They're incredible the way they're shooting those threes. E.J. Smith hit that one. He's also done well on the inside. And that lead is down to 4 points. Hafner lost the ball. And a foul.
And that's going to be on Hafner on reaching. He lost the ball and tried to make up for it immediately. Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling go to show it. They knocked the ball loose. I'm sorry, that was on Penley. They both were there, but Penley was clearly the one that reached in and got the foul call.
Well, Noblesville can cut it to 2 or 1 here. This is amazing.
Now, in about any game, it comes down to free throw shooting, especially in the tournament. Both teams now have 6 team fouls. So any foul from now on, there'll be free throws shaken.
Offensive foul on Noah Harris as DePasquale hit the deck.
Watch. DePasquale sells this pretty well. Watch Noah Harris put the drive down. He may have pushed off a little bit with his right arm. Referee thought it was enough to call the foul.
4:20 to go in this one. Westfield leads by 4. At 1 point, Westfield led by 21. Penley, a whistle. There's a foul on Aaron Fine, nowhere near the basket. We will tell you that Westfield Tire and Muffler, your Westfield Goodyear dealer, offers reliable vehicle repair services at affordable prices. Westfield Tire and Muffler makes repairs on all makes and models of cars, trucks, and vans. Find them at 199 Maple Street in Westfield, on social media, or online at westfieldtire.com.
I think Noblesville gave that foul intentionally. They wanted to foul. Now Penley made him pay on the first one. Hits them both. But
He's a good free throw shooter.
Yeah, Noblesville wanted to get the ball back in their hands. They're red hot. They want to go.
They're down now by 6. Oh, beautifully done by Luke Almodovar, who's been hitting the threes, but he made a move to the hoop there, and that's right. Hafner got it, almost a steal. Good defense by Noblesville. DePasquale underneath, and a big hoop and a fine pass.
Great pass from Brendan Smith.
At the other end, E.J. Smith.
Noblesville's getting to the basket with the greatest of ease right now.
There's a foul on Aaron Fine, and Braden Smith's a great free throw shooter. 86%.
I understand they need possessions, but I might pick a little more carefully who I put at the line. 87% by Smith, and they're going to put him up there.
Whoa, he didn't make it. And the rebound taken down by David Lloyd. Plenty of time left, 3.5 minutes.
Smith,
Ball knocked away out of bounds.
touched by Westfield, it'll stay with them. And I tell you, E.J. Smith's trying to take over the game a little bit and has had success in doing that. He's just getting to the basket. He has 9 points here in the fourth period.
He's inbounding. Gets it outside to Almodovar. Smith got a pick. He went the other way, though. All the way. No. Saved by DePasquale into the hands of Hafner.
Great hustle play there by DePasquale. He didn't just tip it back, but he saw where to throw the ball back in through a white shirt.
And now we have 3 minutes to go. Smith all the way. It had eyes. Shooters roll. And a big bucket to make it a 6-point game.
Late in the game, it's going to be Smith and Hafner take the ball to the hoop.
Well, Almodovar didn't hit that one. DePasquale rebound. Smith, you've got Penley out there, and he's got it. Great pass from Smith.
Great job of running the court by Matt Penley.
Exactly.
You know, that's that basket ring-to-ring run by the guy in the middle, and that was Penley.
Smith led him, and he caught up to it because he ran the court well, as you said. And a steal by Braden Smith. Oh, to his trailer, and Benji Welch lays it in.
Great
Braden
unselfish
Smith does
play.
everything.
Well, as Smith was too far out of the basket, that was a wise pass, an excellent pass.
Intercepted by Penley. And a whistle. And a foul, and we'll tell you, we're heading into air conditioning season. If you're scheduled to tune up, Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has a spring tune-up for $69. SummersPHC.com. Learn more about summer specials. Be guaranteed your family will stay cool this summer.
Double bonus in effect as Harris picks up his third foul. Penley is a 78% free throw shooter.
Great run there. At Valparaiso University, your full potential receives their total commitment. Visit valpo.edu to apply and learn more and put your future into motion.
Westfield needs to sag the lane a little bit. They've been letting particularly E.J. Smith get all the way to the basket with drive. Give a little help on him.
An 8-0 run, Dave. Good offensive board by David Lloyd, and he scores. But the lead is 10 with 1:42 to go. The game's not over yet, but here comes Smith. And he's fouled. And we'll pause for these words. This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. Westfield by 10 with just 1:37 to go. Braden Smith at the line. He'll get one more. He's a great free throw shooter, 86%. Andy Moore Toyota on US 36 at Avon. Minutes from 465 from Avon High School. Great savings, great selection of vehicles. That's where we bought our 4Runner. Ben Mendoza and his management crew, Chris and Stephanie, and the great people at Andy Moore Toyota in Avon. Terrific dealership.
He's going to basket.
Yes, Smith was determined. E.J. Smith.
Well,
I don't know if he has a cramp or...
Braden Smith, I think you're right. Braden Smith missed both of those free throws, which is so uncharacteristic. Here's a replay by Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. To the basket, Smith. I really didn't see him get hit. He may have come down wrong, and it may be a leg cramp.
Well, he's on his feet, and he's okay.
He's a fine free throw shooter, and he's brought the Millers back here in the fourth quarter. But with 1:30, got a 10-point lead. Braden Smith, he doesn't do very many things I'd ever criticize, but he missed those free throws. He hung his head for just a minute, and he let Smith get a step coming up the floor. Hey, at this point in the game, if you miss, you get tailed back in a hurry, and you get in a defensive stance and get after it.
And E.J., who is an 85% free throw shooter, excellent, makes that. And special thanks to the entire TV 40 production crew headed by Jeff Elliott and Dave West. Appreciate all their hard work. We'll be back here tomorrow night for the championship game Carmel versus the winner of this game.
That's the 11th point for E.J. Smith in the fourth quarter.
You would think that Noblesville would foul any minute here.
They're probably trying to pick who they foul. They're going to put
foul Benji Welch.
Benji Welch,
who's a good free throw shooter.
He's good. He's 70. He's not as high percentage as Smith, not as high as Penley, and not as high as Pasquale. So, you know, second choice. Believe it or not, Hafner has the lowest free throw percentage of the top 5 at 67. The whole team shoots 74%.
How many times do you have Cam Hafner going to the line this season?
I don't have him down.
This season?
Oh, in the season, I don't have that.
Because he hasn't gone to the line that often, I think. He hasn't in this game either.
Big free throw by the senior Benji Welch.
Lead at 9. Noblesville trailed by 9 at the quarter, by 18 at the half, by 9 after 3 quarters, got as close as 4 points and had the ball.
You got to stay in front of people.
Well, that's downtown. Good offensive board by the freshman Aaron Fine. Almodovar, no. And that's huge. And Penley's got the basketball.
Well, the Millers decided to foul, and I believe they'll give that to Noah Harris. That's his 4th. No factor at this point with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. Carmel
meets the winner of this game tomorrow night in the championship game of this Carmel sectional, to be seen right here on WHMB TV 40.
Millers put a little scare into Westfield here in the second half.
Well, they did. They cut it to 4 and they had the ball. But now the lead is back up to 11. There's only 1 minute 5 left.
That's 6 free throws by Penley here in the fourth period. And remember what I said, free throws normally win tournament games.
And E.J. Smith drew a foul, and if you're Westfield, you don't want to foul.
No, even if they're going to score, the clock continues to run if you don't stop it with a foul.
I don't know if Smith is hurting.
Westfield's knocked down 8 free throws here in the fourth period to extend their lead.
He's hurting. Yeah, he's hurting. It might be a cramp. It might be something more serious.
Well, he's put up 22 points in the ball game. He's given a great effort tonight. He's only a junior. He'll be back for the Millers next year.
Plays very hard and under control. I wonder if they'll take him out of the game now.
22 points for him tonight. I don't think he'll want to come out.
And, well, I started to say there's a foul, but none was called. And now Penley is fouled with 48 seconds to go. And a 10-point lead for Westfield.
Notice foul number 5, Aaron Fine, his 4th.
Aaron Fine commits the personal, his 4th.
In all fairness to Aaron Fine, 2 or 3 of those fouls, the coach asked him to give the foul to stop the clock.
Penley's a good free throw shooter, 78%.
He's had a big fourth quarter. 11 points, a chance to get 12 here.
11. No, rebound Noah Harris. But it's an 11-point game with 45 seconds to go. There goes Smith, feeling a little better. And no, he's playing hurt, but he's doing a good job. And Noblesville immediately calls for a timeout after the basket.
Yeah, Smith has 24 points down in the ball game. He's carried a big load. Of course, in the third quarter, Almodovar stepped up and hit 4 threes to contribute. But in the fourth quarter, it's been all E.J. Smith for the Millers. And honestly, it's been Matt Penley for Westfield, a lot of it from the free throw line, but he's carried the load in scoring here in the fourth period.
Well, it's not a 30-second timeout, it's a full timeout. with 41 seconds to go.
Probably going to be 2 or 3 more fouls in the last 41 because Noblesville is going to stop the clock and foul. They got to have possessions.
The Rocks is a football fan too.
Football program's been strong over there.
Oh yeah, we were there a couple of times for football this year at Westfield.
But Coach Sumter is building, as I mentioned earlier, a very solid basketball program there at Westfield High School. John Peckleball is trying to get the same thing going to Noblesville. They've been down a little bit recently.
D. Pasquale ran out for quarterback.
I don't like that long pass like that.
You don't do that when you have a big lead and risk it.
And now they foul, put Noblesville back at the line again. That's 2 things that shouldn't happen. I mentioned Coach Peckenball. His wife, Haley, is the head girls coach at Kokomo High School. So in the wintertime, kind of a busy family there.
Yep. Almodovar hits it, a 73% free throw shooter.
He's had a solid sophomore year for the Millers, averaging almost 11 points a game, and he is a very good 3-point shooter. He just a little bit of consistency. They're going to put Smith back at the line.
And a parade of free throw shooting.
And I would think that after missing 2 in a row, that Braden Smith would want to get back to the line. You know, he takes a lot of pride in his game, and he shoots the ball very well.
And he's got that one. David Lloyd back in for Noblesville.
Play a little bit soft defense. Try to make Smith go from outside. He did.
Oh, downtown. Honey, hit it. Wow.
27 points.
He's averaging 11.2 a game. And
Smith's
another
going to go back to
foul.
the line.
Westfield came racing to the front court. And I'm saying, you know, of course, all they need to do is hold on to the ball. They're up by 6 with 20 seconds to go. Double bonus. If Braden Smith makes one of these 2, that should do it. Make it a 3-possession game. And he didn't make that one.
He's missed more free throws in the last minute and a half than he's missed in 3 months. He's a very, very good free throw shooter. He has worked really, really hard tonight.
And that makes it a 3-possession game. Westfield calls a timeout, up by 7 with 20 seconds to go. And the one thing you don't want to do is foul them, period, but especially in the act of shooting a 3. That's their only hope.
Well, you want to put a little semi-pressure. I watch so many teams, even at the college level, they let the ball roll to almost the 10-second line. Well, that's 2 or 3 wasted seconds. Make them touch the ball in the backcourt, then back up and play a little bit soft. As you say, don't commit the foul. The clock continues to roll. You're going to be in pretty good shape.
You're up by 7 with 20 seconds to go, so you're in really good shape as long as you don't foul.
And tomorrow night, it looks like Westfield is going to be paired against the Carmel Greyhounds, and we'll be on the air. That's a 9:30 airing tomorrow night for the fans that want to see the championship game.
And
one thing about it, Westfield has used up a lot of energy tonight. I don't know if that'll carry over to tomorrow or not, but playing the second game tonight and then having to come back and play against a really good Carmel team, they're going to have to get some rest.
they need a 3 quickly. Here's a whistle. What's that about?
I think they either didn't start the clock or they started it too soon. I don't know which.
They're going to do it over.
They're going to make it go back and start over. I don't know if they didn't get the clock started.
No, I think the clock was moving. I saw it down to 16 seconds.
Maybe they didn't start it on time, though.
Oh, okay.
That's what I...
Here's Smith.
Back off, back off.
Off balance one-hander is good. He hit it but that cuts the lead to 5, and there's only 9 seconds to go. And there's Braden Smith. Lets his teammate Hafner put it in, and that will do it. The Rocks advance. The final score
Westfield
on the Indiana Members Credit Union scoreboard: Westfield 81, Noblesville 74. This is the high school basketball game of the week on TV 40. Once again, that final score: Westfield 81, Noblesville 74. Championship game tomorrow night: Carmel versus Westfield. Tomorrow at 9 o'clock, right here on WHMB TV 40. For Jeff Elliott, Dave West, Dave Nicholson, the entire TV 40 crew, I'm Howard Kellman. Good night, everybody.